This week in Ken's Tech Lab, we're going to be going over the camera of the Anycubic Cobra 3 combo. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Last episode we did the unboxing and we also did the first print of the Anycubic Cobra 3 combo. This week, like I said, I was going to do a camera in this separate video so we can get more detail on it. That last video was kind of long. I think it was a little over an hour to get really in depth with the Anycubic Cobra 3. This is a little kit. The camera comes with just the camera and a connector or a cable to the Anycubic. So it's a USB-A to the connector for the camera itself. We'll get a closer shot on that in a little bit. And it also comes with the camera, very small camera itself. One thing it doesn't come with is any case or part or connector to hook it to the printer itself. That you have to print. So I just did that. I printed out that. I did use the Bamboo Labs X1 carbon, and I need to pull that out. So I did just print those pieces out. Not that I couldn't print it on this one, but I already had the color loaded in that I wanted to use. So we'll take off the plastics. There we go. And let me clean them up. And get them ready to do this installation. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. So I set it up where you can see it really close, and over here on the actual printer, this is where we're going to be actually installing the camera. It's right where all the wires come into the side right here for the x-axis, and down here we have the parts that were printed. So a little funny story is, I believe that when I did the presentation at the very beginning, this was like in a greenish bronze kind of color. Well, the back of this thing, and I wanted to make sure that everybody understood this, the back of this thing is really weak right here. And those connector, or the snaps that actually snap it to hold it shut, break very easy because there is a wire, stop that from shaking, there's the wire right here that goes inside of here, and if you have it blocking the door or the back, it will break these, it will snap these off really easy. So I want everybody to understand that. So the first thing we're going to do is put together the camera into the housing, and I got so tired of it breaking the back off that I reprinted this entire thing in carbon fiber off the bamboo with the enclosure with the high temps. I did it twice. The first time the carbon fiber was a little wet, so I had to put it in the dryer for 12 hours and dry it and then reprint it again. Came out pretty good the second time around. I've done some sanding to get all the little particles off of it and stuff, but other than that, it came out pretty good. So the first thing we're going to do, after you take off the cap off the lens, remember to do that, that cap's got to be off. Okay. Now we need to just put this camera in. like that. Push it down until it's flush with the other side. You're going to see the IRs, the two IRs right here for the nighttime. And then after that is the hard part. The hard part is that they put too long of a wire on the end of this cable, and also make sure that the pins are lining up with the row of pins that are on the bottom right here. So bottom to bottom, go ahead and stick it in there nice and tight like that. Now the hard part is making sure that that wire right there stays out of the way of your door or back cover. So I'm going to put it like this. The back cover, when it prints, has a little notch right there. It's not very plain, but there is a little notch right there. That notch follows up off the back right here. Now don't force it right here, and then you'll hear it snap and close like that. There we go. The back's on. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is put this and connect it to the printer itself, which is the holder for the camera. So we're going to switch over to my other camera. Take our screwdriver and our thing. It's going to go into the notch right here with a little screw that's going to go down and tighten right there. Okay. The hardest thing is that the screw hole is way across, and I really don't have, my screwdriver is not magnetic for this. So we need to put it in with the slant so it comes in from the outside and goes in. Okay, screw hole, make sure that lines up. And then what you're going to do is just start tightening it up, and you'll feel it get tight. It's nice and tight in the side. Alright, now black doesn't show up very well in dark and like not as much light as I have here in the studio. But here's the camera. And now we're going to slide that right into there. Like that. Makes it kind of easy. The wire follows the orange wires down. What I'm going to do, since I don't really have a wire clip for those, is put it underneath, and let me shut off the printer. It's a lot quieter without the printer on anyways, and then plug it into the open USB ports on the front. Alright, on the front of the printer right here, there's two USB ports, and then you have the port for the color changer, the ACE. Plug that into the open one. And one thing that you do have to have is the USB has to be plugged in when the camera is in use. It actually uses that to record your frame-by-frame prints. So let's bring this over here so we get the slack over to this side. And we have it tucked in so we don't see the wires as much. Now we can turn the printer back on. So what we need to do is bring up the Anycubic app. Alright, here we go. So now I am recording from the phone and bringing this all together between the two cameras. So like I said, what we need to do is bring up the Anycubic app. Once that's up, you're going to see your Cobra 3. Click on the Cobra 3, and you're going to see it's available, and there's a little picture now, a little icon in the corner that shows a picture of the camera. Click on that. So I want to see how well it videos a print, so what we're going to do is run a print, and I'm going to record it with the new camera, and I'm going to put this into the video, and then we'll come back with our final thoughts. So just hold on and we'll be right back. So I didn't cut in this, but I actually didn't stop the recording either. And what happened is the ACE, or the printer, doesn't know what filament it loaded to print this print. So I had to take each color completely out of the ACE, and what I'm doing is telling it to retract the green that's gone in there now. Which it actually heated the hot end to 255. And I believe now it just cut the filament. So now the filament is stuck inside. So let's see what it's going to take to clear this. And now one good thing is that I should be able to take the tube off the printer, because it's actually now, it broke further back, and pull it completely out, and then put the tube back in. So that was a pretty easy cleanup of a broken filament stuck inside between the ACE and the printer itself. Alright, that is out. I'm going to load, or try to load, this green filament back in. Okay. It said okay. It's taking it. Now, this printer does have the same kind of readers like the bamboo, so if you buy their filament, it should tell it what kind, what color. So let's go to, it says PLA, which is correct. It's green. PLA, green, fine. Alright. So let's try this print over again. Maybe it won't have an issue this time. I'm glad I didn't cut the recording. I'm going to slice it. One thing I do need to do before I do that, though, is it did do a brim on the build plate. Alright, Cobra 3, blah blah blah. Try it again. Time lapse. All this is just to show the camera, and I've been going through problems for 4 days, I believe now, for a very short video. Now 230 is the normal temperature, I would say, for PLA filament. But when I tried taking it out, it went up to 255, which was crazy. Maybe I really didn't know if it was PLA, maybe I got confused. And the time is correct on this. It's 21 minutes it's shown total, so I think this is working much better. This is where it actually errored out last time. Welcome back, everybody, and I hope everybody enjoyed that quick little video of the time lapse from this print. It was a very small, very small little print that came out. It came out okay. I don't see anything too out of the ordinary with it. But the time lapse is what we're talking about, is the camera of the Anycubic Cobra 3 combo. So we had a little bit of problems with this, getting it going. I've showed you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the camera. This is Ken from Ken's Tech Lab, and like always, stay awesome.